Welcome to Learn It, Share It. We're living in a world of overwhelming information, and this project was designed to streamline information, to simplify and apply what students have learned in my class and share it with others. This project is very easy to adapt and to use in high schools, community colleges, and college programs. It can be used in traditional settings as I use it, in flipped classrooms and online classes. Our students like to learn from each other and collaborate. Every time they have a question, they go to the internet. They're used to look at tutorials on YouTube, so we need to capitalize on that. This assignment creates a similar effect. Students learn from students, but the content of the video is easy to understand and polished. The project is divided in 8 pieces, and the final product is a video that is shared with the entire college community. We know that students are more likely to share videos than any type of media content. For the first part of the project, students need to write down their personal goals and the group goals. The second part of the project will be writing a contract and signing it. Students will go by the rules that they created. The third part of this project, students are going to do research. Students can survey their peers at school, or students can do academic research and find out what are the things that people their age are struggling with when it comes to personal finance. Once they find out what are the things that people in their age group is struggling with, they're going to gather information, try to find a solution, and create an instructional video. For the fourth part of their project, they're going to write down a concept map. They're going to break down an issue so they can understand the causes and consequences of the issue that they are researching. In the fifth part of this project, students are going to be planning their project. They're going to have to find out what is it that they need to finish the project. Where are they going to be filming the video? What are the resources that they need? Who are they going to be asking for help on campus? Once the students have done all those parts, they're going to create a poster. Usually, we stand outside the cafeteria at a busy time and my students present their posters. We have very heavy traffic during lunch hours outside the cafeteria, so people stop by and ask them questions. That way, my students get to teach what they have been studying to others, and also they can take the questions that are being asked and polish their project. Later on, my students are going to be creating an instructional video. Once they have their video, that it's going to be short, they're going to be showing that video in the community. After a couple of days, we get people to vote and choose the best video that my class has created. In the last part, I have all my students together and everyone creates a presentation where they show all the components that they have done for this project. Students need to work together to complete this project. They have a shared goal, they motivate and support each other throughout the process. As it is expected, the longer that a video drags on, the lower its retention. That's why students need to create videos that are no more than 2 minutes long. We know that videos that are 1 minute long have an 80% retention. Videos that are 2 to 3 minutes long have a 60% retention. And after that, retention keeps dropping. We know that videos are more likely to be shared than links or any other sort of media. The goal of this project is not only to teach economics and personal finance. The goal of this project is to foster group interaction in the classroom. According to some self-reported data, 60% of my students needed between 5 and 10 hours to complete this project, while 15% of the class needed between 10 and 15 hours, and 20% of the class needed between 15 and 20 hours to do this assignment. This assignment is effective because students need to apply, integrate, and personalize the concepts from class. I asked them if the project helped them learn information that they will use in their life. 30% of my students strongly agree to that statement, 50% agree, and 15% somewhat agree. I asked my students if this project made them aware of the patterns and behaviors that they have when it comes to managing their finances. I was pleased to see that 35% of my students strongly agreed to that statement, 30% agree, and 10% somewhat agreed. While doing the Learn It, Share It project, my students were focused, engaged, creative, and strategic. I asked them about their overall experience. 15% of my students believed that the project was engaging, 65% of them believed that the project was educational, and 20% believed that the project was positive. I asked my students if creating and presenting a poster helped them learn about economic and personal finance concepts. 10% of my class strongly agreed to that statement, 45% agreed, and 30% somewhat agreed. Let me share with you some clips from the videos that my students have made.
All right, so our project with Learn It, Share It is what it's been called now. It really helped to get a good idea of what personal finance was, and it really helped to bring these concepts to life for a lot of us. And our idea, I felt, was really unique to do a stop motion kind of thing where I was narrating it. It was a lot of fun to do this project, definitely more fun than studying for a really hard test. So it really, above just understanding these concepts better, it helped me to engage in this project, engage in the class a lot more than, like I said, a test really would. So I think overall, this project idea was fantastic.
What is credit? Let's talk a little bit about what credit is and how we can improve our credit scores. Credit began back in Babylonian times when people would pay for goods they received over time. Today, it has evolved to encompass most of our everyday lives. We use it to buy cars and houses in the form of credit cards for daily purchases and to pay for our education. In order to get credit, lenders will look at your credit score to determine how likely you are to pay them back on time. This credit rating, or credit score as it is commonly referred to, is a number between 300 and 850 and is referred to as your FICO credit score for the company that determines it.
Do you really need to buy that right now? Yeah, I just got my paycheck today. But do you really need it? Hmm? It's personal finance basics, man! Like, you don't need this stuff! You gotta add up all your necessary expenses!
Thanks for watching, and I hope that you can bring this project into your classroom.